Hello, welcome back to Halftime TV. Noranda Brown here, your host, and today we will be discussing the Jamaica Football Federation and a long-standing problem that they've had that doesn't seem to be going away: money. In the week that was, Pirlo is proving himself to be the Italian version of Frank Lampard when it comes to coaching. Liverpool extended their losing streak at home to 5, having lost to Chelsea on Thursday, and Barcelona marched on to the Copa del Rey final, having fallen behind 2-0 in the first leg against Sevilla. As we approach the upcoming international break at the end of March, the JFF are currently at the table once more with a representative from the Reggae Boys. They are discussing wages. Now, for a bit of context, in January 2019, the JFF was involved in an ugly public spat surrounding sponsorship money obtained for the Reggae Girls. In February 2020, the Jamaica Observer published a headline saying we don't trust the JFF, as the Reggae Boys had to vent their concerns about monies that were owed since the 2019 Gold Cup. Now, in September 2020, former National Reggae Girls player and assistant coach Sharona Forrester did an interview with the Jamaica Gleaner in which she stated, and I quote, "Things must improve administratively because the players don't trust the federation. The investors also need to trust the federation so they are able and willing to give to the organization. But the main thing to work on is trust, and that starts with being transparent." In January 2021, the leaked voice notes between Reggae Boys vice captain Damian Lowe and the Jamaica Football Federation came out, and the common denominator here once more was trust. Recently, Reggae Boys captain Andre Blake did an interview with Sportsmax in which he indicated that they do not trust the JFF. Now, what kind of relationship is this? It is a sour one which has been compounded by the lack of transparency from the JFF. The JFF only comes to the fore whenever there's damage control, and that shouldn't be the case. And so much avenues for organizations to be transparent. We took a look at the social media pages of the Jamaica Football Federation. On Facebook, their last post was September 22, 2020. Instagram, December 1, 2020. Twitter, November 28, 2020. This is not acceptable. And as a result, no one trusts the JFF. They don't speak to the public. They isolate themselves from the rest of the nation when it comes to football. The only time we hear or we see the JFF is when they're doing damage control. Why is this the case? In the age of social media, you have no excuse whatsoever to not be communicating with the masses. And for the person who is responsible for handling these social media pages, you're doing an extremely horrible job. I'll now play a clip from the interview Andre Blake did earlier this week with Sportsmax.
Our job is to come and play, not to worry about how we're going to get paid, and the JFF have a job and they must do their job.
Yeah, I have time for 2 more questions, Andre, but I want to ask you 3. Let's hope we can get through in the time. The first one, the JFF president says he has effectively opened the books to the players for you to see the financial state that the federation is in, so you can know the basis for them saying they can only afford a certain number. Have you seen those numbers?
The numbers were out there. I didn't take a look, to be honest, because there's no trust. There's absolutely no trust.
There's an old saying that if you play foolish games, you win foolish prizes. The JFF has been making ridiculous offers to the players, and now we see the players making ridiculous as well. $7,000 per game is what they're asking for. Is the brand of football or the quality of football that they're playing now currently worth $7,000? The United States soccer team, they play for a base wage, match fee, whatever you want to call it, of $5,000. Now, this $5,000 is guaranteed, and then bonuses are added based on performances. Is the $2,000 that the JFF are offering reasonable? That is a question that we need to ask. Personally, I don't think it is, but I still think $7,000 is unrealistic and a bit exorbitant. The JFF is constantly complaining about funds, yet we see so little activity on their social media platforms. We see so little effort being put into obtaining sponsorship. And as Ms. Forrester said, there needs to be trust for people to invest into the Jamaican football product. Brand Jamaica is one of the most popular and well-known brand worldwide. Football is the staple for Jamaica. Why then are we not merging Brand Jamaica with the staple sport of the country, which is football? That is the only way I can see the JFF going forward and obtaining the funds necessary to maintain Jamaica's football product. The National Premier League has been out since last March. What we're expecting now is a surplus of overseas-based players come end of year when it's time for the World Cup qualifiers. The local-based players, they will have been robbed the opportunity to represent their country at the 2022 World Cup. The JFF is not bearing in mind sustainability. Neither are they considering development. As a result, they're taking a ready-made approach, which is a quick fix to what is happening now. They want to get to the World Cup and they want to get to the World Cup at all costs. Reason being, they're expecting the funds garnered having qualified for the World Cup to fix all the financial problems that they're having now. As a result, I've read that they are offering the players 15% of the $1 million prize money. 15%. You heard correctly. In my opinion, this is ridiculous, and Andre Blake was right to come out in the interview on Sportsmax and say what he said. This is the final time I'll speak on the matter, and I've made my views extremely clear. Little effort is being placed on getting the product right. What they're doing now is stifling Jamaica's football. We can argue all day about what players are worth or what they think they're worth. Most of these players are earning far more with their clubs than with the national team. They're playing out of pride for the most part. Then why are we not making them feel appreciated? Why is it always a tug of war between the Football Federation and the players? Why are they not operating as a team? Because as we normally say, teamwork makes the dream work. The JFF has isolated themselves from everyone else and they're operating as if the world is against them. That's not the case. You put yourself in this position. Transparency is key. Why haven't you been transparent? Why is trust the common denominator? It is because of you. And in order for you to get this right, you need to make yourself more available to the public. You need to come and do more interviews. You need to have an active social media page that is communicating with people who have questions, people like myself who want to know what's happening. You say the Federation as an organization is struggling significantly, yet we don't have any proof. We only have your word for it. That same word which promised a beach soccer tournament in 2019, which never materialized. Why then should we trust you now? It is the job of the Federation to get funding and sponsorship for the Reggae Boys. They have done a horrible one so far, and at the rate they're going now, I don't see that changing. They're putting little effort into it, and with trust missing, I can't see their current struggle ending soon. In fact, the only way I see them crossing this bridge is replacing the current administration. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Halftime. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any comments whatsoever, please leave it in the comment section. Thanks again to my sponsors, QuickLink Shipping. Follow them on Instagram at QuickLink Shipping or email them at quickshipping@gmail.com. CSA Shop. CSA Shop, be free, be confident. Follow them on Instagram at CSA Shop or email them at csashop@aol.com. RS Sports Store for all your sporting apparel. Follow them on Instagram at RS Sports Store. Until next time.
Me don't trust people. Me say you can't trust people. Me buy my cash. Cause me not even a trust people. Me know you.